Hey everybody, this is Monday. This is Rudy Banks coming to you live from my home in New York. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about a new toy I got today. It's actually a zero-turn mower. But before I do that, let me show you something. This was the other mower that I had. This is a snapper. I've had this probably like 8 years, and it did very well. The one problem I ran into is just something that's kind of weird about the drive system. So basically, as the motor spins, it spins a metal disc on the bottom, and then that creates friction against a wheel, and that rubber disc, they rub against each other, and that rubber disc essentially turns the back axle of the drive shaft. Over time, that starts to slip, and then either you have to make an adjustment or you have to replace the whole thing. Well, I've had it fixed probably, about a year ago, and it didn't even last a good year, and it started to act up again. So I started working on the mower myself and just made some adjustments, but it still just would not get right. So I decided to finally upgrade, and in the meantime, I couldn't finish my yard. So you'll see the front yard. Oop, I gave you a sneak peek. You'll see the front yard, but the backyard is pretty tall. So I'm gonna test my new mower out today. And you can see, here's the old Mobot over here. And right now, I got to do some work on Mobot, upgrade my motor driver board. Overheated it last summer, so Mobot is right now on the brink, so I couldn't use Mobot. So anyway, I'm gonna test this mower out. It's a 42-inch cut. So I went with Toro. I went with the company called Grasslands because they took very good care of me when I first moved here to New York. Picked up the snowblower, Power Mac, 26-inch. It did very well. So I just went to these guys, said, hey, I bought a snowblower from you from a couple years ago, and I want to get a mower today. And so they gave me a discount for being a repeat customer, and they delivered it today. It's Monday, early in the AM. So I'm gonna test this thing out, and I'll see you in the backyard. I'm gonna test it in the back before I do it in the front, just in case I mess up something. This is the first zero turn I've owned. I've driven one in the past, but this will be the first one that I've owned myself. So again, it's the Toro TimeCutter SS4225. Let's go. So overall, it's not that bad. Basically, you got to get used to braking, and then just not pushing too far forward too fast, because she'll really fly. And I got it set to the lowest setting on speed. It can go twice as fast as I'm actually going. But so far, it's doing good. The mulching kit has worked out great. My grass is really tall. As you can see, I don't have a lot of build-up, so I'm impressed so far. And I'm actually cutting on a high setting, so. But I'll do an update video. But I just wanted to show you this, and hope you have a great day. Stay encouraged. You know, this is the beauty. Let me turn this off for a second. So to me, this is the beauty of being in business for yourself. So, you know, when this thing was supposed to be delivered, the guy's like, well, you're going to be home on Monday? I said, sure, I'm going to be home on Monday. You know, I have an offline business in contracting, construction, and also, you know, working on my digital media company as well. So I have Banks Media, BANX-media.com. You know, I do web design. I do the graphics. I can run large projects for apps and everything like that. So I'm expanding my territory now that I'm not boxed in the 9-to-5. I can do things that really, you know, things I've done on the side. Now I can really scale them up, and I'm just looking forward to this opportunity. And I would just tell you, you know, just being in business for yourself, having your own company, you're the boss, you make the decisions, and you don't have to answer to anyone saying, well, can I have permission to take off today? I need to go do this for my family, do this for my kids. You got to get permission. And I think we all work too hard. We work too hard to get where we are with our skills to have to ask for permission. So I was in the need of financial freedom. I wanted freedom of speech, freedom of decisions. And that's why I took that leap. So after 14 plus years, you know, corporate America, engineering, management, now I'm out just doing my own thing. I've been out by 8 months now. Has it been easy? No. But the beauty of it is it's my own entity, it's my own business, and my own baby. And if it doesn't work, then it's my fault. I don't have to blame anybody else but myself. So really grown through this opportunity, been studying, learning, and just enjoying the moment. So again, I know this was supposed to be a Toro video, and I've already got it dirty already. But I think it's got a spot on here I can put my water hose to clean the deck off. Oh, there we go. There's the tank. So it's got a 3-gallon tank. So when I first opened it up, I was like, man, did they put enough gas in it for me? So I haven't even read the owner's manual. I just jumped on the thing and started riding it, but you can see how much gas is in it. I went with the 22.5 horsepower, the V-Twin. So this one costs about a couple $100 more than the other model. There's another 4225 or 4220. This is the 4225. So it's got the commercial engine on it. Again, it is a TimeCutter, which is more majority for home use, but I've seen a lot of guys do business with them. One of my friends has the big boy, but for what I'm doing, this is perfect. It's going to be rugged, get the job done. Got the cover on it for mulching, and I got the mulching blade kit. I think that was about an extra $150. So they put the baffles under the bottom to make it mulch the grass and stuff better. And so you can see how tall my grass was. You can see how tall the grass is, and look at the. I don't like bagging. I rather just mulch and let those nutrients go back into the grass. And I'm no turf expert at all, but I feel like, if I'm gonna get on this thing, I don't have a lot of time to be out cutting grass, but I love to do it. It's something I did as a kid. I used to make side hustles and stuff cutting grass. And but when I get out here, I want to get out here and get it done and get back to my business. You know, a lot of people like Grant Cardone, people have studied. They said, why do something to yourself that you can pay someone else to do? You know, put a value limit on your time, or put a dollar value on your time. But certain things, I mean, if you still like to do stuff, it's just like skiing or shooting pool or something. I like to shoot pool and do other things. Well, I look at cutting grass. You know, it's fun. It's relaxing. It's you're getting to play with power tools, the power toys, whatever you want to call them. And it's just something I like to do. So I would say, yeah, there's things you can pay people to do, but if it's something you really enjoy doing, do it and enjoy it. Hey guys, so I finished mowing my yard. I actually got brave, and once I got the hang of this thing, I cut the backyard, no problem. And then I just said, let me go ahead and cut the front. So went ahead, cut the front, and it did a wonderful job. This mulching kit really did the job. I did lower the setting. I lowered it down a notch. So in the back, my grass was so tall, I cut it on the 4.5 inch setting. But my front yard, I dropped it down to the 4-inch setting. Probably could have cut it one more notch lower, but I don't like my grass to be real low. I like to keep it kind of a little bit on the longer side, taller side. And it helps combat when the sun comes out, and so it doesn't kill my grass. So, and I don't do any water treatment and stuff like that. The only thing I did this year was put down some Scots, because I had a lot of dandelions and stuff that popped up. So I put that down. But I have these other clover looking things that have all these purple flowers on them. So if you know how to get rid of that stuff and you see this video, please let me know, because I've sprayed it with Spectricide one year. Those things are still there. So I mean, they're pretty, but it doesn't look good for an even, consistent lawn. But yeah, I enjoy this thing. I can't wait to get on it again. I had a few spots where I was, I guess, turning too hard on my zero turn, and it grazed the grass a little bit as far as the back wheels dug in a little bit. But I heard that's kind of normal when you first get started. But other than that, man, this thing's been wonderful. So this is the Toro 42-inch cut. It's the 4225. And again, my dealer from Grasslands, they recommended that I use I upgraded to the 4225 versus the 4220. You get a commercial V-Twin engine, and they said go with that because it runs a little bit smoother than the other engine on the 4220. So I said, well, they're the experts, so I went ahead and did it. So now I just gotta do something to this old snapper here. I mean, it still looks good. So I'll probably either get it fixed and then I'll put it on Craigslist, and then someone will have a nice mower. It's a smaller mower. It's 28 inch. It's a 28-inch cut, and I can pick this thing up. And I can pick it up and stand it on the back forks. That's what I really like about it the most. So when you go to sharpen a blade and stuff like that, it's easy to work on. You just lift it up and you can sharpen the blade. These here, you have to drop the deck. It's got the wheels on it. So I'll use that, if I ever have to sharpen my blades. I think, using a mulching kit, since it's circulating the grass more often around the deck, it's gonna dull the blades a little bit quicker. But hey, I didn't have to stop one time to run a bagger, so love it. And then the other thing, the gas, I think when I started, it was probably about there. So I cut roughly about 1/2 to 3/4 acre, and I'm still doing good. So I think this is it's a 3-gallon tank. Again, I just jumped on this thing. I hadn't read the owner's manual. That's how simple it is. Just knowing how to stop, let go of the handles, or pull it in for neutral. Reverse is a lot slower than I thought it would be, but it works. I can go in reverse. And when I first started, I was on the high speed. So there's 3 speeds. You got trim, tow, and mow. And I started in mow, and this was like super fast. So I put it in trim, and that's plenty fast enough for my yard, for me. And I could definitely control the mower a lot better in that speed. I didn't feel like it was going to get away from me. But I started out right, you know, I just jumped right in. That's why I say like business, man. Just if you're gonna do something, make a decision and jump in and take action. That's what I did. But I started on the backyard. I didn't mind making mistakes back there, but out front, I didn't want to make those mistakes. So the only thing I need to do now is just trim, and I think everything's gonna be good. So y'all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.